Welcome to the Death Metal Cast. We are the cast and crew of Death Metal and so much more. I'm Ben, voice of Wiz. I'm here as per usual, joined by I'm just
You sounded
myself,
sad
guys.
about being Ben.
You sounded like you forgot your name.
You forgot your name.
And then I forgot your name when you forgot your name. Like it was like a sympathetic like reaction. I also forgot your name, and then I had a little mini panic attack, and I was like, I forgot my name. It was a big.
Some days
there's a lot going on.
Think about it. Like, what if I had been named John instead? It could have been a completely different world. Anyway, hi. I'm joined by this usual crew of crazy people. There's Chad.
Hi, I play Boomstick.
He's the Boomstick guy. There's Liam.
Fun fact, speaking of names, my dad wanted to name me Thelonious after Thelonious Monk originally. And my mom kind of just glared at him, and then that was the end of that.
Oh, that
so you mean to tell me?
That would have been
cool.
cool.
To tell me that this entire time we
sick.
could have had in the credits of Death Battle, Thelonious Swan.
No, we're changing this. We got to go back and we got to change so many credits now.
Thelonious Swan is actually kind of badass now that I like put them together.
You hear it together?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can
sounds
change
amazing.
that. You could choose to just be Thelonious now. All right, Thelonious, thanks for being here as usual.
No, I think I would actually. I've graduated high school, but I still think I would be like shoved into a locker if I changed my name to Thelonious.
You just go to a local business. It's like,
someone would find me and then stuff me into a locker.
Just wheel a locker after them.
I mean, people could call you Theo for short, which is a cool nickname.
That's true.
That is pretty cool. Is that where Thelonious? Is Theo originate from Thelonious?
I don't know,
but Theodore.
I'm sorry, we're so completely off track.
And I mean, like Thelonious Swan sounds like a Marvel villain. I'm just gonna say,
so
it.
cool,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Well,
Like I have
that's
a big mech
appropriate
suit.
because Thelonious Liam is our Marvel villain. But potentially our hero for today is Kdin. It's Kdin.
Hello. I do lots of things at Rooster Teeth. I do voice acting, I do directing, I do producing. I don't think there's anything I haven't done at this point.
Well, I say Kdin is our hero today because we are pitting her up against Thelonious, in today's community death battle, which is Spike Spiegel versus Gene Starwind.
Woo!
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Starwind is a sick name.
It's awesome, isn't
Gene-
it so cool?
Gene is
It is.
okay, but it's magnified in awesomeness by Starwind. Like, you need kind of like a banal first name and like an amazing last name to kind of combine into this kind of name Neapolitan ice cream.
I feel like
Gene
Spike is the
Starwind.
reverse of that too.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Spike Spiegel. It's like,
Spiegel,
okay.
right? Yeah.
Like a beagle, like the dog. It's like,
Yeah.
no, there's an S on there, and it's
Frank Spiegel gives me the newspaper every morning. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
and then
you
get
could you
Spike.
take the, but you separate the names, so you get Gene Spiegel and Spike Starwind. And it's like,
Spike
that's
Starwind
so
is sick.
cool.
Spike Starwind. Holy shit!
That's the coolest name ever.
Yep.
I'm
So
actually
Brian,
going to change
this is
my
just
name
for
to
you,
Spike
but I wish you had
Starwind.
dog face when Kdin brought up Beagle. Sorry. But yeah, so so those who don't know, Kdin is a humongous nerd like we are. And so I reached out to her. I was like, hey, you should be on Death Metal Cast. She's like, yes. And then I was like, what would you want to debate? Which then prompted slight conversations where she's like, oh God, now I have to think about it because there's a lot.
There's a lot.
So many.
Yep. And so this was the first one you pitched. It was either this one or you also talked about doing the Sailor Scouts versus Power Rangers, which in my opinion, the Sailor Scouts would obliterate the Power Rangers.
It depends on which Power Rangers you pick. It's very important which Power Rangers you pick because sometimes Super Sentai goes wild because you wouldn't go with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because there's no way. Like, just, it's
It would
no
get
way. Like, they're
obliterated.
way outclassed. But there's a bunch of Super Sentai that have just decided maybe we've saved the universe by not having it be erased, and we just say no to that. And they can do that, but it depends on
Interesting.
which ones, and we'd have to be hyper specific. And I don't know. I don't know how hyper specific the audience would have liked us to go with that.
Oh, they love it.
Well, I mean, we go with one of those like random, like completely unknown Sentai groups. They're just like, What is this? Who knows? It never was even adapted as Power Rangers. Let's do it.
We didn't. Yeah, let's do that one.
But we are doing Spike versus Gene. And the way this is going to work is Thelonious, will be arguing for Spike, while Kdin will be repping Gene. And it's their job to convince the jury to vote for their respective characters through any means necessary. And the jury consists of 3 seats. For once, I'm on it, which is awesome. Chad will be on it. And also you, everybody in chat who's watching this live right now. If you're not watching this live, we do this live every Wednesday at noon Central Time. So
on roosterteeth.com/live.
That one website that we do
Chilling
stuff
it.
on.
and the Rooster Teeth app.
Yeah, that's right. Watch it on Rooster Teeth.
Anyway, but this isn't a courtroom. Everybody can get involved in the conversation, including you all. If you are in chat right now, we will be checking that out throughout the show. But you will be able to vote in chat, so keep an eye on that once the debate starts.
Yep. And if you guys are watching right now for free and you don't have an account, it's free to make an account, and then you can chat along with us. So do that. Look at that.
Look
Man,
at
Brian's on point. I haven't done that
As
call
shown
in
in the
forever.
lower
And
third.
he was ready to go.
If you are listening to an audio version of the podcast, we're sorry. Anyway, just always, we should probably apologize in advance on all of our episodes of Death Metal Cast to the audio listeners.
Surprising, a death battle is a very visual show.
Yeah.
Sometimes. All right, let's get started with opening statements. Thelonious.
Yes.
God, I hate that we're doing that.
Up to
I've
you.
lost the name has lost
It's
its
not
charm
funny
for me
anymore.
now.
Yeah.
You
Now it
lost the
sounds
plot.
bad.
I think it is absolutely hilarious, and I'm just going to continue with this bit.
I know
okay?
you are.
All right. So get that counter started. Boom. Let's go. Spike fucking Spiegel. That is canonically his middle name. Is a badass. He's a well-rounded fighter. I think he's an expert marksman. He's an expert martial artist. He's an expert pilot. He checks every single one of the boxes. Has an excellent Steve Bloom voice. What more could you potentially want from a fighter? He's so insanely skilled that even when he's completely outmatched, he manages to pull out a win. His ship, the Swordfish, much faster, much stronger than you think. Despite Spike himself being like seemingly a human, he's a fictional peak human, which means that he's actually like wildly superhuman and can do things that no human regularly can. I think that hitting him up against any kind of peak human without any special armor or anything like that, he can take him down because he's a badass. Spike fucking Spiegel. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Some wonderful information there.
Yeah.
Liam, I wasn't aware of his full name.
Yes.
Yeah. I also love
chat-
that you tied him to Steve Bloom, of course, right? Which I swear to God, I've said this for years, but it's like either he's the most typecast voice actor in the world, or it's in his contract to always play a badass.
Yeah.
Probably.
He-
the
he
latter.
was-
That makes sense.
He was in Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, as a tiny little duck. All right.
Okay.
So
Was the duck cool?
no, he had a very weird voice. It was very squeaky. Bloom's got
Can
range,
we composite
baby.
tiny duck feet for Spike? Does that count? Because they're voiced by the same character.
It's going to change everything. Also, the chat is saying that we should introduce a character to the world of Death Battle, maybe a companion to Dummy, who is Liam as Thelonious. I think that's going to
We can
have
get
to
a new
be canon.
intern.
Just like this like shriveled little
Thelonious the
golem.
intern?
Yeah.
This shriveled little golem character that like they kind of bring out. It's like has like a leash. Out of your box, Thelonious.
All right.
This is our new
Could you imagine that if
Are
we
you-
we didn't let Liam voice it?
This is not-
No, we auditioned and Kdin just killed it. So like, you know.
Thelonious the intern, as played by Kdin Jenzen. I love it. All
Until
right,
you in
Kdin.
Kdin. Liam moved to New York to be an actor, and then the pandemic.
Yeah, I did.
Oof.
Yeah. It's been a solid year for acting, by the way.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've been
my
getting
God.
roles left and right doing VO.
Oh, shit. All right, Kdin, are you prepared for your opening statement?
Oh, I'm absolutely prepared for my opening statement.
Go
Gene
for it.
Starwind is from Outlaw Star. First of all, one of the best and most underrated anime of all time. It is the co-owner of a detective agency called Starwind and Hawking. They don't just do detective things. They solve every problem. Doesn't really matter what it is. So a multifaceted man entirely. Also has a range of weaponry, not just a little pistol, but does have a pistol, but also includes a rocket launcher, a short barrel blaster, and most importantly, one of the most OP weapons in anime history, a caster gun, which has just an assortment of shells, which we don't actually get to see every single numbered shell in the entire anime, but there are so many. One that fires a black hole. So this gun is no fucking nonsense. It will take anybody down. He's also an expert pilot and faced his own fears of going into space and controls his own anxiety in it by becoming one of the best pilots in.
Well done. Well done.
Solid
Very good.
job.
Very solid job.
Bonus points. He's got red hair. He's got blue eyes. He's about 5'11", so he's about an inch taller than me.
Good
But, you know,
jawline.
red hair, blue eyes.
So, do you have a caster gun?
I might have
Should-
a caster gun, but
Oh,
for
shit.
legal reasons, I can't bring it on camera.
Okay.
All right.
So, Spike versus Kdin is what we're actually doing here. Clearly.
More or less.
All right. Here's the thing. Here's the
Okay.
important thing to note. I think it's very easy to look at Gene's caster gun and go, wow, that is an amazing gun, way better than a standard pistol. And you would be right. However, it depends on how you look at it and how it relates to a battle. And what I mean by that, I don't want to undersell the power of a black hole gun, but which is deadlier, a black hole or a bullet to the head? They're equally deadly, right? Like, a black hole's way more impressive, but a bullet is going to kill a human just as well as a black hole will, right? Right?
I mean, fair. That's fair.
So the advantage of the caster gun being this amazingly powerful weapon is negated by the fact that both of them are just basically humans that can die by regular human things, right? Like,
Mhm.
just because he can drop like a nuclear bomb on somebody doesn't mean it's going to kill them any better than like a bullet to the head will. And Spike is an incredible marksman. He can shoot these tiny little blood vials that are like flown into the air from a great distance away. Just shoot them out of the air. He can shoot headshots from meters away. You'd have no trouble killing Gene even with the caster gun. He would die for the caster gun. Obviously, is the black hole, but
Yeah, but you don't even need to be a marksman to shoot that. You just gonna be like, that general
It's a-
direction.
yeah,
Black hole
around
go.
Yeah, but we know that Spike is an incredible marksman. So again, it's evened up. What really matters is the speed difference.
Speed and durability,
Who
right?
can shoot? Well, yeah, I mean, if Gene can survive a black hole bomb, then that's something worth mentioning. But
It
I don't
is
think
worth
he can,
mentioning,
right? So what matters here is who can fire the first shot, who's faster, and Spike has been able to keep up with the Penguin/Terminator monster man Pierre LeFou, who can dodge bullets. Spike is a bullet timer easily.
Oh, you think so? You think so?
I know so. I know so.
You think so? You know so. Okay.
I know so.
Well, let me toss some extra stuff in there for you.
Please.
How is Spike is pretty good close range too, right?
He is pretty good close range. I'm so
knows
glad
kicks.
that you brought that up.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at close range. Let's say no guns. Let's take everything out of there. Let's take a
Okay.
look at what they are at their core. You're just talking about two dudes, right? Well,
Mhm.
I hate to break it to you, but Gene's kind of on par with my boy Spike though, because Gene was able to catch a sword mid-swing from one of the most deadly assassins in the universe, like this. So you want to talk about reflexes? My dude can catch a sword like that. Also has gone toe-to-toe with the Kataro, actually one-on-one, and has not only survived, but won. And the Kataro, by the way, in case you're unfamiliar, are a beast race of superhumans that are as strong as hundreds of men. So, if
And
you
also
want to,
pretty hot.
Asia Clan is Asia Clan. I mean, would not say no to hanging out with Asia Clan. Just putting that out there. But and here's the thing about Gene too. He's a very likable and very endearing person. He's also hella great with a knife, and he also has, if we're going hand to hand stuff, he also has a pair of light shields in his fists. So we can bring up light shields at any particular time. So, oh yeah, your bullet, blah, blah, blah. Well, if his reflexes are fast enough to catch a sword mid-swing from one of the deadliest assassins in the universe and can match speed and power with a Kataro, he can block a bullet with these things. No problem.
Okay,
Like
you make catching a sword with his hands to sound very impressive.
It is a boken.
But it is a sword.
Here's the thing. It is a wooden sword. But listen, Twilight Suzuka is using a wooden sword like it is the most sharp sword in the universe. She doesn't need a, sharpened blade to cut through people and buildings.
Because she swings so fast.
Because she swings so fast and so hard. She literally can cut razors into the wind.
Also, Doug4343 says, no guns, Final Destination, 3 stock.
Spike has an incredible wave dash, and
So I will
a massive tether grab.
I will point out that Gene has also dodged bullets, so he is also a bullet timer.
Thank
and when
you,
it comes to
for your
being
contribution.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. But when it comes to, I wanted to bring it back to that black hole thing, because you mentioned that the black hole and the bullet kind of even each other out in terms of fatality, essentially.
Relative to what they're trying to kill.
Right.
The only trick is, if Gene has barriers available, like the light shields, he can block a bullet. You can't fucking block a black hole. It's gonna kill you if you're behind a few layers of protection. So if this becomes like a cover battle where they're dodging and avoiding gunfire, Gene just fires a black hole into the general area and it's over, right?
Also, Buddy Big says, Katana Lady also laughed at machine gun fire and blocked all of the bullets. So
there you go.
Thank you.
Sword be
for
fast
your
as bullets, at least.
contribution. Thank you. However, not the only weapon that Spike has. He also has a knife. Yeah, he also has a flamethrower, hand grenades, an SMG, a Mossberg 500 Cruiser, which I think is a shotgun. I feel like a Mossberg is like, I feel like Call of Duty, there was like a Mossberg shotgun at some point. Yeah, so he also has tons of weapons as well. And here's the thing. He also has the Swordfish 2, which is his ship. His amazingly fast, can travel through space, can blow shit up, has laser cannons, and actually once blew up this pillar of water, like shot into the ocean, shot up a pillar of water that was so massive and so tall and moved so quickly that if you were to measure the mass of the water and combine that with the speed at which it moved to get its kinetic energy, you'd get about 6 kilotons of TNT. That's enough to level a town.
Okay, cool. We're in space. How's the maneuverability on that thing?
The maneuverability is incroyable. He has engaged in tons of dogfights.
That's super
turn on a dime.
He can turn on a dime, but he's only got one way to see out of it. Guess what? Gene's got his own ship. It's actually the best ship in the universe! Canonically, it is the Outlaw Star, of which the show is named. It's the XGP-15A Mark II. It's a grappler ship. Not only does this ship have guns and lasers and the usual assortment, it also has a giant axe that it wields with its ship's hands, which is... I can't stress this enough. Grappler ships are some of the most difficult to pilot ships ever. So let's talk about what it's got. So it's got a giant axe, it's got an Uzi in space, and it also has a multiple sets of lasers, and of course rockets, and the assortment of general nonsense. More importantly, we're talking about maneuverability. This thing can turn on a dime, and it has more than one window. In fact, it's got a camera array, which means it launches the cameras in there, and you can't outspeed it because it knows where you are at all times using all of those cameras. So you want to talk ship to ship? Guess what? The Outlaw Star is unmatched, and your tiny little swordfish can't even come close.
Oh, I haven't heard anything about it surviving Jack Diddley. One blast from the swordfish is going to light it up. I like axes as much as the next guy, but being blown the hell up outclasses that. It's a grappler, which means that the swordfish, it would need to get close to the swordfish. Well, the swordfish can just fly away and blast from a distance. I don't see what the big advantage is here. Unless Spike just decides, hey, have my ship, eat it.
Guess where the Outlaw Star was stored for safekeeping. Take a guess. Just take a guess.
Hey, it's me, Sam, producer man, and I got some ad times for you today. We're talking about Bespoke Post. You all know them. They've been a good sponsor of the show for a long, long time. I've been lucky enough to get a couple of their boxes in my lifetime. Mainly, I go with the cocktail one, so I don't have anything to show you right now because I drank it all. But they are wonderful, and it's springtime and a great time for outdoor adventures. Well, at least here in Texas, the weather is wonderful. And they got some good new boxes for you because you know the guys at Bespoke Post are always bringing new stuff. Bespoke Post only sends you the best stuff every month. No matter what you're into, Box of Awesome has something for you. They've got style, grooming goods. They got barware, like I said, a lot of cocktail stuff, which is always my thing. Cooking tools, camping stuff. It's all there. And they've got a lot of new boxes. One, especially, that I'm interested in, called the Caprese right here, where you can grow your own ingredients for a Caprese salad. There's one with a clutch hammock and another one that comes with a sweet camping blanket. Actually, the hammock one comes with a sweet camping blanket. That's a good deal. All of the boxes are a good deal because each box costs only $45 but has at least $70 worth of gear inside. So, our audience is getting a special offer. As you know, you can get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code BATTLECAST at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com with the code BATTLECAST for 20% off your first box. Check it out. They've been a great sponsor of the show and they make cool stuff. And if you want a camping blanket, that one looks pretty comfy. So go look.
Next to a fucking giant sun! It was next to a giant sun, and it just sat there. It can deal with the immediate radius effect of a sun and the gravitational pull of it just sitting there. It could just stay there and escape at extreme velocity. It is fast enough to pull away from a sun at stop.
Unless it is physically like bathing within the sun's like upper layers. It can survive intense heat.
Sunspot.
It's not going to survive being blown to shit by something that's worth half the Little Boy nuclear bomb. Because Little Boy was about 11 kilotons of TNT, and
I just want to say real quick,
your defense is the word "little boy," and I'm not really impressed.
Oh boy! I just want to say real quick, it is really nice not being in the hot seat for once.
Dude, I'm having a blast, man. Like, this is great.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so they clearly have different strengths when it comes to an outer space battle. If Spike is able to keep his distance, he might be able to win through. Well, what's the firepower like? Because frankly, I don't really know enough about the Outlaw Star. What's the firepower like on the Outlaw Star outside of the axe and the grappling?
The axe and the grappling, it has a central laser cannon, and it has an assortment of other armaments. It can wield pretty much anything a normal person can, but ship size. So you want a rocket launcher? It can do that. It can do a giant laser cannon. It can do laser swords. It can pretty much do anything. So anything that Gene can technically wield, so can the Outlaw Star, but also bigger.
Yeah. Like, Ben, I can't stress enough, like, when it pulls out an Uzi, like Kdin mentioned before. Like, there is a ship-sized Uzi and its robot arms that it blasts and stuff. It's great.
So, and it has a variety of armaments. And in this universe, grappler ships can pretty much... There is a specific set of weapons specifically designed for grappler ships, which means they are hyper-specific and hyper-focused, but they're basically Gundam weapons. So
it sounds to me like Spike's advantage, if we're doing ship to ship, is that he can move away and he has projectiles. But Jean's ship already has that, so Jean just has an edge in that if they get close, it's got arms that can grapple and weapons that are melee weapons.
grab it and just snap it in two.
And they really focus in the show about the maneuverability of a grappler ship, right? Like that's the whole thing. Like Kdin mentioned, the cameras go everywhere, which directly feed into Jean's like little visuals, so he can constantly know where everything's happening, and then just like do all these crazy things. Like, I mean, it's been so long since I've seen the show, but I'm trying to remember. There are times where like he just like always gets the drop on ships, right? Because he like manages like where did he go? And then he's behind him, and then the ship like grapples it, and then like fucking suplexes
So in the
it or
chat,
whatever.
Shadow Flame 11 asks a very important question: can it shoot black holes?
Can it shoot? Here's the thing. Technically, yeah. Because Jean can go out in space and not have to pilot because his ship has an autopilot that is a central AI named the Gilliam 2. So Jean can actually go outside into space and fight alongside the Outlaw Star and fire black holes from the caster gun while the Outlaw Star is on autopilot with Gilliam. And,
I will say, I think he only has one. He only has one black hole canister.
He only
I think
has
it was
one
like
black
super
hole
special.
canister. There's
A
a
single shot.
It's a single shot, but here's wait. The radius of it is ridiculous. It's an entire town. Yeah, it's like a town. It's an entire like. We're talking probably
Fantastic.
the greater LA area.
Interesting. Okay, because I did notice some people in the chat were calling out that the black hole shell requires impacting the target. Is that not correct?
It does require hitting something. However,
Yeah, you can shoot the ground, right?
yeah, you can also shoot the ground, and you can also shoot asteroids. The blast radius
but
is
if they're
ridiculous.
in space, if they're in the vacuum of fucking empty space, that's not hitting anything.
Okay, then let's go with some of the other multiple caster
some
shells.
very
You
interesting
wanna talk about that?
details were left out.
Let's talk about this. How about the number 5, which shoots a giant magical fucking dragon? How about the let's see the number 12 that uses radius of blue energy that nullifies anything in its radius. Doesn't need to hit anything. There's also one that shoots a giant electrical blast, which means that, hey, your ship looks great, and it just shoots a wave of lightning out into space. It just hits the swordfish, and the swordfish is dead in the water. Gilliam comes up, piloting
the swordfish
Outlaw
has
Star.
dodged lasers. It has maneuvered through asteroid fields, and I shall say,
So is the Outlaw
not
Star.
real life asteroid fields, fictional asteroid fields where all the asteroids are like super tight and close together, and not like hundreds of miles apart. So,
Okay,
like, I'm talking
so is
like
the Outlaw
Star
Star,
Wars,
baby.
Yeah, and it's dodged
The
lasers.
potato asteroid fields.
Yes. The whatever, the ones from, you know what I mean. Oh, are those potatoes? Were those potatoes in Star Wars?
Like half of them are potatoes.
That's hilarious. And Spike knows Jeet Kune Do, so Jeet Kune don't think Jean has an option against that.
Okay.
So if you're in the chat right now, or if you were watching this on mobile, you can type in #1 to vote for Spike, or #2.
My body
to
actually
vote for
kind
Jean.
of rejected that pun.
That pun, I think, deserves. If you are on the fence, I mean, I think that pun just kind of like tips the scale over to Jean a little bit more, honestly. But you vote your own way.
Yeah.
Again, you can know how to use Jeet Kune Do all you want, but if you can't hit him, you can't hit Jean. Again, Jean went up with against something that is far exceeding the normal human means of power, strength, and speed. So yeah, I'm sure
and so has Spike.
Can hit real hard.
So has Spike.
Okay, but has Spike survived a giant like dragon?
He survived
like a giant dragon.
Well, what does the dragon do specifically?
It flies around and it lasers onto a target and then just assaults
What about the
them.
time that Spike blew up a universe with a single punch? I'm kidding. That one didn't happen.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Can
we take points away from that? Can we
That was just a straight up lie.
That was just a lie. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. How dare you?
I was joking. It was a joke. It was a
that
jest.
sounds like a joke. Sounds like a very desperate man making
I
a very
admitted
desperate plea.
that I was joking. My Lord in heaven, no
Oh
one
my gosh.
has a sense of humor here. But you know who does have a sense of humor? Spike Spiegel. And he's going to be laughing his ass off as he rips Gene Starwind's head off and then dunks it into a basketball hoop.
Okay, that's
So-
cool.
so,
Gene's
yeah,
also
take
really
that.
funny too, and also is a man about town. Has lots of friends. Has lots of connections. In fact, he's friends with one of the biggest businessmen in, again, hey, guess what? The universe. So he's all he needs to do is hang out with that guy for an afternoon, and that guy will pay for anything. Gene's got a sugar
Spike-
daddy, is what I'm saying.
Spike took on the space mafia. He took on a dude whose name was literally
he's broke.
vicious. He took on a dude whose name was he's broke because he has a gentle soul and a heart of gold.
I
And
hate-
and doesn't need tons of money to survive. He survives in the middle of space broke. How do you do that?
okay,
Yeah, there was
well,
one episode where he got high off of mushrooms accidentally.
He did. It did
How do
not
you-
work out well for him, though.
But it worked out in the end.
I
It
mean,
worked out in the end, didn't it?
did it?
he,
Did it
uh,
really work out in the end? Because I got the one thing that you can't top.
Oh,
Guess
I know where
what?
this is going.
You ready?
What?
You ready for this?
What?
Spoilers.
What?
Hey, guess what?
In case you
Spoilers
I
time,
actually
baby.
haven't seen
Spoilers if you
Outlaw
haven't seen
Star
it. Here we
yet.
go. Ready? In case you haven't seen Outlaw Star, and in case you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. Hey,
Yeah.
buddy, does your
Mm.
main character survive the show?
Actually, it's not
Oh,
confirmed
no.
whether or not
Oh,
Spike
that's
survived.
Because
the
guess
show.
what? Mine got
It's
a
not
spin-off, and he's
confirmed.
still alive, baby.
It's not confirmed
Oh, he's
either
dead.
way.
He's dead.
He is
Oh,
probably
you know
dead.
he's
He is
dead.
probably. I think it
Spike
would.
is
I think it would
dead.
ruin.
Oh.
I think it would ruin the moment. I think it would ruin like the emotional appeal of that last episode if he survived. But we don't actually know.
Ultimate
So,
fate left ambiguous versus
argument-
canonically still alive.
Argument.
All right.
Argument by ignorance. Fallacy. I call fallacy.
You just lied about Spike punching the universe into nothing.
It was a joke. If you took that seriously, then
I thought you were supposed to be the number one researcher. Sounds like
Oh,
it's just
wow.
number one lives.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
shoot.
Oh my
This is
lord!
getting spicy.
Did not come here to mess around. Holy crap.
Whoa!
I love
Look,
it.
I can do 70-page notes like I have before, but you know what? I wanted to go easy on you. All right.
Okay, all right,
So-
all right.
Oh, shit.
So
all right,
so
if we wanna get- if we wanna
should
get
be
personal,
thanking me actually.
If we want to get personal, I'm on brand here. I got the space hoodie in red, got the background, got the eyes,
have
got the hair. I'm on
blue-
brand. I might as
blue
well be
just like
cosplaying
Spike's
as
hair. There's nothing in my room, just like the Bebop. On brand.
God, this has fallen so far.
Tons
From,
of
like, the
repressed
actual
ennui, just like Spike.
I'm just waiting. We're like moments away from Liam being like, the Cowboy Bebop. Hey.
Yeah, actually, Cowboy Bebop, best anime ever. Yeah, we're
No.
gonna talk about meta shit.
I mean,
Cowboy
no.
Bebop, period. Solid
It's not. It's not.
deconstruction of ennui and existentialism.
That's cute.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hilarious, beautiful
Really fun, yeah,
animation,
yeah.
heart-wrenching story,
Yep.
weird shit, tons of weird
Uh-huh.
shit.
Cool.
You got Ein, you got Faye, you got
Mhm.
Jet, you got Ed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Outlaw
Cool.
Star. Some shit that some people like, ooh, that was a cool 90s anime. Look how cool
Uh-huh.
I am for remember this 90s anime. Cowboy
Okay.
Bebop is the entry point for so many people into the world of anime. This
Uh-huh.
has no
So
this has no bearing on who wins in a fight, by the way. But
so
since
is Doriyamon. Are
going
you gonna
there.
put him up against Spike Spiegel now? Are you gonna do that? Is this- so we're gonna.
Oh, that was
if I was to
actually our
walk
next
down the
one,
street
so-
and
Okay,
act
my
about
apologies. Sorry for the
Doraemon.
spoilers there.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so is Cardcaptor Sakura. I'm pretty sure Sakura could beat the shit out of Spike too.
I'm sure, but who the hell knows who Cardcaptor Sakura is? Not most
Chat,
people.
I wanna just say that Cardcaptor Sakura, one of the most popular anime of all time.
Yeah.
it's just
I'm pretty sure
sorry.
that's not gonna hold
rip off Sailor Moon.
There are so many Sakura
just
characters. Like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
there's like Sakura Wars, and like we can just keep going.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Okay.
Are those all connected?
So if you're pulling the rest of the crew in there, yeah, I'm sorry, but Gene wins there too. Jim Hawking is an incredibly brilliant mechanic. Malfina is a created humanoid person who is a navigator by design. You have Twilight Suzuka, the fucking person who carries around the wooden sword that can slice through air and turn it into razor blades. And guess what? Aisha Clan of the Kataral Empire, the beast human herself. I'm sorry, but the people on the Bebop can't outmatch the Outlaw Star crew. They just can't. Not to mention, if we want to go from series beginning, we also have Hot Iced Hilda, which I'm sorry, I do love Faye, but Hot Ice Hilda just has she's got girl boss. She's got girl boss energy, and I love her so much. Yeah. Also, she's extremely hot, just like extremely hot, ridiculously hot.
I'm gonna go rewatch Outlaw Star after this.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Like I love that
right now.
Here's the thing: I win because Chad's gonna go rewatch Outlaw Star. There you go. Boom, done.
That's all you came here to make sure.
I just want
somebody needs
all
to watch
I care
this
about
show.
is people watching Outlaw Star again because it's a great series. It's really fun. Music's fantastic. One of the best anime intros of all time. Animation's fantastic. Cast and characters are really great. Dub and sub are both fantastic. Has a hot spring episode where one girl, that would be Aisha Clan.
Yep.
The hot springs weren't hot enough for her, so guess what her hot springs are? Lava. She takes a bath in fucking lava.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if there's anything I've gathered from this, I need to go watch Outlaw Star.
Yep.
Clearly.
Okay. Yeah. If you guys seriously, if you haven't seen Outlaw Star, it's amazing. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. Also, I just want to point out Joker Boxer because I had the same thought in the chat. Says I don't want to see Ed die, and I was thinking about that when we talked about the crew battle, and I was thinking like, oh god, if we ever did a crew battle, that'd be so sad because like if Ed would die, it would be like right in front of Ein, and it would be really sad.
The thing is
no.
like, this is why I
Ein
didn't
dies in front of Ed.
This is why I didn't
terrible.
want to bring the crew into
worse.
it because the Bebop has Ed and the Outlaw Star has Jim, and they're both just kids.
Yep.
They're both just kids. Don't leave the
They
kids
just
alone.
strangle each other.
Well, how about
Yeah,
this? How about
yeah.
this? We leave
the crew
Ed
out of
and
it.
Jim on the side. Ein's on the side. They're just watching. Everybody else can fight,
Does-
and that's fine.
I mean, you remember our Pokemon
Does Gene
Digimon episode?
Oh, jeez.
We didn't leave
Does
the
Gene
kids alone.
need his crew in order for the ship to function, as well as Spike would need? Spike can just pilot the swordfish just fine on his own, right?
It's a solo ship. Yeah.
Yeah. Does Gene need his crew in order to pilot the Outlaw Star to its fullest
No,
potential?
he has Gilliam that can also pilot it as well. So he doesn't even need to be in the ship for the ship to ship.
Oh, okay. Then there we go. Well, I think that covers quite a bit. What an
was
amazing back and forth. That was really fun. Holy shit. Okay, so everyone spend some time thinking about how you're going to vote for this community death battle between Spike and Gene. We will come right back to this, but right now it's time to find out what's going on. What's going on with you, Kdin? What are you doing? What are
with
you
me?
up to?
NDA. I'm doing a lot of stuff right now. I just wrapped production on another episode of Funhouse's Google Trends show, which is a show that I direct and produce. It's very fun. I also produced the RT podcast for the first time this past Monday, which is really cool.
Woo.
Aside from that, I'm currently watching One Piece for the first time, and I'm 342.
Watching One Piece.
Yeah, I'm watching One Piece.
Good
I was
luck.
explicitly
Liam,
told to watch
we're
it.
done with the argument section. we don't need to
No,
argue about
I'm
manga
saying,
versus
like,
anime.
I'm saying like that is a bold commitment.
It is.
Reading it is bold enough of a commitment, but watching it, that's a lifestyle. That's like a
Yeah.
massive undertaking.
You're not wrong. I'm 342 episodes in. About 100 episodes in, I started chatting with some friends, Molly Flood, Mark B. Donica, and Al McClellan Jr. Al McClellan, who works in animation for Rooster Teeth. we started talking more and more about One Piece and so on and so forth. And then we accidentally started a One Piece podcast. That's like going over the nitty gritty details of everything that happened in One Piece from the beginning. So we're going through it where they can't spoil anything for me because I don't know anything about One Piece other than what I've seen.
I love that you said you're 300 and something episodes in and you don't know anything about One Piece. That right there shows you how many goddamn episodes that show has.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I say I don't know anything. I went into One Piece knowing nothing. I knew Luffy, I knew Zoro, I knew Usopp, Nami, Sanji, and Chopper, and I knew them because I've been to an anime convention before,
and they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. But like the actual scope of it, I was expecting general shonen stuff. It's actually kind of different than most shonen, which grabbed my attention. Mm-hmm. My favorite character is Nico Robin, who is a fantastic character. I just learned about her backstory, which is amazing. It's a great series. So I am, head down in the ground, buried into One Piece and paying attention to no spoilers whatsoever. So I don't know anything that happens beyond this. And part of like the hook of our One Piece podcast is at the end of every episode, I give out a theory about what I think could potentially happen. And then I don't find out if I'm right until I watch the episodes.
You're in the middle of the Thriller Bark arc, right?
I am currently in the middle of Thriller Bark, correct. Gotcha. Which is fantastic, and I love Brooke.
Yes,
Nico Robin, Brooke.
People give the Thriller Bark a hard time. I think it's great.
It's fun so far. I like it.
Question, Kdin.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shout outs to Felix Gray, one of our wonderful sponsors today. We all been working at these computer screens, looking at them all day long, and then we finish working at them, and we look at cool stuff on them and play games on them. Sometimes it hurts your eyeballs. That's the bad blue light. Y'all know this blue light ain't good. So your eyes weren't meant to look at screens all day. Ooh, who'd have thunk it, right? It messes with the internal balance. Excess blue light can cause eye strain, headaches, blurry vision, and even make it harder to sleep at night. So how do you deal with it? Well, by filtering out all that bad blue light with Felix Gray blue filtering glasses. Most clear blue light filtering glasses only block 2 or 3% of blue light from the screens, but Felix Gray filters 15 times more blue light. And Felix Gray glasses are super stylish. They're handmade from Italian acetate, so you know the good stuff. Plus, even if you don't have a prescription, you can still get a pair of blue light filtering glasses, which is awesome. And if you do have a prescription, like me with my bad little eye jelly gorbs, they can get you, of course, and you can add the blue light filtering on it, which is great. You just have to send them your prescription info when you sign up, and bada bing, bada boom. So Felix Gray's blue lights, the lenses start at $95, and you can add a prescription starting at $145. So get a pair of these bad boys and support the show by going to felixgrayglasses.com/battlecast. That's Felix Gray, FELIXGRAY, glasses.com/battlecast. Listeners get free shipping, free exchanges, plus a 30-day money-back guarantee. FelixGrayGlasses.com/battlecast. Y'all know it. They make good glasses, and blue light bad, so go look. Thank you.
Did you decide to embark on this when you were recovering?
No, you want me to tell you something? I decided to start watching it back in, before Ruby 8 started airing. So I think like October of last year. And basically I'll go through sets where I was just like, I'll binge a bunch of episodes. Of course, while I was recovering from surgery, I binged the hell out of it.
That's what I figured. I was like 3 is a lot. Like you haven't told me. Yeah, I haven't heard this before.
But I did some math, which I'm sure all of you at Death Battle are very familiar with. If I kept the pace of my original watching from the first from episode 1 to an episode 120, it would have taken me until June of this year to be able to watch every episode. I did not keep up that pace. I will probably be finished by year's end overall, which is not bad. Like I've been enjoying it, and we're also
You're plotting shit out in years, Kdin.
That's like great.
Why? What was that? Just 1 year.
What was the choice to watch it instead of read it? I'm curious.
I just wanted to watch something. I've been watching it both subbed and dubbed, so I kind of was like, I've been just like, it's something fun to like turn on and just
not a critique.
I just decided to do that. I started picking up the manga, so I'm watching the anime, and then I went back very recently to start the manga. So I'm staying within a distance of myself of the anime and the manga. But I was just like in a mood. Everybody started talking about it, and it's like through quarantine, everybody's just like, yeah, started getting into One Piece. I'm just like, you know what? It might be time. I'm also doing the exact same thing with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which I've never seen before. I saw Kira Buckland's reaction thread to part 6 getting announced, and her Twitter thread on it was so just heartwarming and lovely. And I'm just like, all right, if Kira likes it, if Kira got so emotional that she made a little voice tweet and cried over this announcement, there's something inherently special about it, and I gotta find out what it is.
One Piece
I
and
agree.
JoJo.
I'm a huge
also,
JoJo fan.
Yeah, and they also have art styles that are so fascinating to watch in animation. Like so much anime is based on similar styles, so they end up kind of blending together in your mind after time. But like those two are so unique, just in the basic art style from, I shouldn't use the word basic, original art style from the manga, and seeing that translate to animation is just fascinating on so many levels. It's
speaking
so
of
much
just
fun
the
to
art
watch.
style, that just made me think: did the same people who do Rain do JoJo? Is that the same studio? You remember Rain? It was the Alexander the Great. Wait, hold on.
I do remember Rain.
I don't know what this is.
Rain was fun.
I thought you meant rain as in like water rain.
No.
What is that?
Like, look at the art style. It's probably not. It's gonna be really hard to see with the gloss and the focus. Yeah, you won't be able to see it. It's weird.
What studio was it?
JoJo is David Production.
Let's see. Who was
look it up?
Madhouse? Madhouse was was Rain.
All right.
I can see how that.
No,
could get,
I definitely get it. Yeah, I definitely see that.
I love the evolution of JoJo's art style. It starts off as like this kind of like basically rip off of like Fist of the North Star in terms of like design and like how buff all the characters are. And then it like as Araki finds his own kind of voice, he starts to like distinguish it, and it becomes like the what am I? I'm completely blanking on the word. Like fashion models. They all become like these super thin like fashion models that we know JoJo for currently. It's really interesting how it like changes and seeing that kind of evolution progress. Seeing all the cool stands and stuff like that. Yeah, the art JoJo is fantastic.
Man, I haven't watched anime in a bit just because life, but now I'm amped.
I've been binging anime lately. I've been killing slimes for 300 years, and I maxed out my level. Has been amazing. I've been a fan of it since 2017. I've read the light novels. I've read the manga. Seeing it and animated is truly amazing. I love it very much. I've been watching Odd Taxi too, which is really good. Wonder Egg Priority, which is really good too. The dub's currently going on Funimation. And
in the post show, Kdin, we're gonna talk about some stuff.
Okay,
we're talking about some anime.
Okay,
all right, let's do it.
Well, Kdin, where can people find this accidental One Piece podcast and anything else that you've been working on?
You can find Yayo Talk Show. By the way, it's called Yayo Talk Show on Twitter.
I love that.
It's the branding is very
right.
OG 4Kids stuff. We re-recorded the intro of the original 4Kids one, and we did our own rendition of it. You can find us on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, on iTunes. You can find it pretty much on every podcasting app that you like. You can find us at our hub on anchor.fm/Yayo Talk Show, or on Twitter, which is at Yayo Talk Show as well. It's a really, really fun little podcast. I also did the original 4Kids intro. I dubbed that. We rewrote it for these it's like, this is Gold Roger and all that stuff. It's like I did that whole voice, and I also did the voice of our version of Ichiro Oda, who is the series creator of One Piece. It's the first video you see on the Yayo Talk Show podcast Twitter page. It's a fun podcast. It's very chaos, and it's we're in it for the long haul.
Like the original One Piece opening, I think it's called "We Are."
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. It's a really great song, and I even love the English dub of it. Like it's all super great.
However,
But-
the
but-
4Kids
Man,
intro.
But-
It's pretty damn fun, guys.
It's so good.
4Kids dub is so bad, but that theme song completely saves it. Like, I would watch the 4Kids dub just to watch that intro over and over and over again.
I cannot with a straight face say that it's better than we are. I could never say that, but
No,
at the same time, I
It
really
is.
want to.
It is. And believe in it. Believe in the heart of the cards, Ben. You know it to be true.
Oh, man.
The-
all right,
the-
all right.
The lovely
Well, we-
Veronica Taylor is the 4Kids dub voice for Nico Robin, who is also the voice of Ash Ketchum in the original Pokemon, which is wild to me.
All right. Well, we need to get to the final segment of today's show. It's time to find out who wins today's Community Death Battle. Hope everybody's got their votes in the chat. But we
'Cause
also
they
have a
ended.
vote
Because
on
they
Twitter. Yes, it did end.
You can keep trying to
So-
vote, but
No, go ahead, keep voting.
But we are also getting answers from Twitter as usual. So let's go ahead and bring the first one up.
Twitter's bias is all hell.
Justin D says, in a fistfight, Gene would get bodied, but in a gunfight, Gene wins. Spike uses normal firearms, while Gene's gun fires fucking black holes.
There it is.
There you go.
I
Thank
agree
you,
with
Justin.
that first part. I like that.
No,
I like the first
disagree
half of that
because
first
I don't
sentence.
think so. I don't
That
think so. I
first
think
half of
they're
that
more
first
equal than
sentence
you
is
think.
fantastic. That independent clause or whatever it was.
The ending clause is Spike still dies because of fucking black hole gun.
You would get
Yep.
bodied in a fist fight.
Well, let's go ahead and see what the other answer is.
Mythologic Geek says Spike for sheer rule of cool factor. Also Spike for surviving crazy things like getting shot a bunch and then exploded out of a church. Also Spike for his awesome music.
There's the bias. There's
Oh,
the there's
Yeah,
the
that wasn't a lot. There was
There's
a lot of
I'm
facts
gonna-
in that
I'm
one.
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Here we go. It's like this is the whole just like
Yes, actually, Cowboy Bebop is actually truly an amazing series that no one really comprehends beyond the metaphysical plane. One time, like, I was watching an episode of another show, and it really gave me those same feels where it says, like, this guy turned into a pickle. It was the funniest shit I ever seen. And it's just like, it's a lot like that show in that most people just don't understand the complexity of it.
it's a cool show. Dude beats the shit out of other people. There's good music. It's not too much. There's not that much fucking deepness to it. All right.
I love your
you pull too
actually voice with the glasses pushing everything.
So, actually,
All right.
Well.
All right. Well, we need to get the votes in. So the way this is going to work is there are going to be 4 votes. There's going to be the Twitter poll that's already been cast. There's going to be Chad and my votes. And then the final vote will be from you guys watching this live. So let's go ahead and bring up the Twitter poll, see where that landed.
Yeah. There's that fucking bias, baby.
Oh,
I don't
100%.
even know. I'm a real anime fan, and I only watch
bias.
the culture stuff
Oh,
of
it's all
Cowboy Bebop
bias.
and Dragon Ball Z, and that's all I watch. Can I
It's
see?
just
Can I
I think
Goku
it's-
fight
I
somebody
think
again?
it's worth
Let me see it for the 18th
I
time.
think it's-
Let me
I
pull this
think that
back
it's-
a little bit before we go over the edge.
I think
No, wait,
it's
no,
worth
Ben, we
pointing
have to go
out.
back. I'm sorry, we have to go back to that poll because I need to call something out.
Yes, let's go ahead and bring back the poll. So it's 75% Spike, 24.
76.
You didn't even.
75.8
around.
It doesn't say
24%
Spike Spiegel or Gene Starwind, and Gene being a lesser known character. If somebody wanted to Google and be like, "Who is that?" They literally just Google Gene. Nobody's
Isn't
gonna
there an
get that.
image?
Well,
Isn't there an image?
there is an
like
image
right
above
above
it.
this
Oh,
tweet.
yeah, okay.
Above it,
Yeah.
but it's in a
But we
separate
should use
tweet,
full
though.
names.
Hey, I just
Okay.
want to point out the fact. Just if we're going to compare anime,
Oh,
people
yeah.
don't need to look up who Spike Spiegel is, but people need to look up who Gene Starwind is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you really
Ooh,
trust Anna
what's-
Twitter? I
what's Outlaw Star again? Ooh, I don't need
Well,
to
I-
advertise Cowboy
listen-
Bebop.
Okay,
It's
hey,
a
hey,
Cowboy
we still
Bebop.
have 3 more votes left, guys.
All right.
We still have 3 more votes. We got 1 for Spike from the Twitter vote. We got 3 more.
Okay.
I say, damn you, Twitter, and I will be voting for Gene Starwind.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
We got 1 Spike,
Judas.
1 Gene. All right. I am going to be voting. This feels super weird to vote. I don't think I've done this on the show yet. I'm going to be voting. Maybe I have. I don't remember. Whatever. For Gene Starwind. I think his
Judas
original is-
again. Terrible.
Sorry, Thelonious.
Terrible.
All right, so we got 2 votes for Gene,
I'll have to
1
forget.
for Spike. This could even up though, depending on what you guys have voted in the chat. In which case, I don't know. We'll see what we'll do with it in tiebreaker. I don't know if we've actually
Guys
figured that
vote
out
for
yet.
Spiegel.
Yeah, once you
I'll
introduced
send you
Twitter, I was
money.
like, that now allows us to potentially have ties. So
We'll see what happens.
we'll let
Let's go
Brian
ahead
decide. Ooh,
and bring up the
that's
poll.
what we do. We let Brian decide.
I was thinking that too. Bring up the poll, and we got.
Oh,
shit! Gene Starwind just barely edges it out with 58% of the vote.
That's way
Wow,
closer than
all
I thought
right.
it would be. Why'd you guys vote for Spike? He gets destroyed. Come on, obvious.
It's not even a contest, fam.
Well,
This is-
obviously
pretty
die.
good
Like,
job,
come on.
Liam.
Yeah,
Like,
Liam,
you did a
you're
pretty
good.
damn
You're very
job.
good at what you do.
Yeah, I
Uh,
hope that everyone recognizes that I was putting on a little performance here. I don't actually think that Spike beats Gene, and I don't have any problem with Outlaw Star or Cardcaptor Sakura. I was
Guys,
merely putting up a little performance, playing the heel.
No, we're fucking with each other.
or an
We already
inevitable
know that. We
defeat.
already know that
Yeah.
Gene beats Spike hands down.
Yes,
I love Cowboy
yes.
Bebop so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
it was so
I-
hard picking one because I'm just like I created this concept of just like and then Chad's just like, so which one are you gonna pick? I'm just like,
One of them has to
Wait.
die.
someone has to die in this. I don't like that.
Yeah, here, real quick, Brian, pull it up. This will sum up. I love that.
Canister
Though I feel the
gun.
Gene's canister gun is a big advantage. And
Even
sure
taking
enough,
a bit.
Even taking the caster gun away it's just kind of like
Yeah, no,
Gene's
she's still
just got a lot of
pistol.
physical
Gene-
feats that kind of
Gene still
just
wins, even without
just
the black
edge
hole
out
gun.
Spike ever so slightly in that toe to toe.
I don't think slightly. I think if he's
I don't
able
know.
to keep up
Spike
with somebody
is-
that cuts
Spike's
a
got some good
building in half.
Spike's really
like-
fast.
Spike's really
Yeah,
fast.
Spike-
got great
Spike's
survivability.
definitely-
hypersonic,
and-
like whatever.
Look, this I think is a very good example of a death battle matchup that takes one franchise that is incredibly popular, a trendsetter, something that like defines what anime is for so many people, and then sets it next to another anime that has some similarities, but if isn't nearly as well known, and yet those who are familiar with, in this case, Cowboy Bebop, would naturally probably be attracted to this one. And I love those kinds of death battles because we're able to like
Yeah.
celebrate shows in a way that generally aren't celebrated through the comparison, but also through the celebration of the individual like character and
I love learning about new stuff on
show
Death
itself.
Battle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so great to do that. And now,
Yeah.
because I've never seen Outlaw Star.
Haven't either.
I
You
haven't seen
will. You will. You
Clearly,
will
I need to watch it.
very much enjoy it. It's a very great series. This is a death battle that I'd actually like to see like played out like legitimately, because that like taking it from a toe to toe battle and then taking it into space would be super
really
cool to
cool.
see.
Grappler ship sounds awesome.
It's
I love
amazing.
that.
It's so cool. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Guys,
And
also
Gilliam is
Chelsea-
adorable.
Chelsea joined the chat and just says, "How could Spike not win? I am offended." Well, Chelsea,
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you listened to the arguments of your girl Kdin, you would know. You would know why Gene Starwind wins.
There you go. Very simple.
She did what many people do, which is skip to the end of the episode and go, "It's wrong."
You
We
made
just
my
skipped the
favorite
fight.
character.
Bullshit.
You made my favorite character lose. I lost. That's not it. I'm gonna write an angry letter.
Got plenty of those.
Yep.
Hey,
It's
put the
okay,
keyboard
Chelsea.
down.
Everybody
Put the
does
keyboard
it.
down.
It's fine.
Watch the show. Enjoy it. It's just content, baby.
Harsh
All
and
right,
character.
well, thank you
punch
so
other
much,
cartoon
Kaden. That was
characters.
so much fun. Man, you did not come here to play. That was great.
I loved it. I
That was
told you.
Fun as fuck.
Yep.
I was like,
All right.
I realized I wanted Kdin to defend a character, like for sure. I was like, she will throw down. Like,
I will throw. This was lovely. I hope
This was a
everybody understands
blast.
that it's a lot of just pomp and circumstance and not a
Yes.
lot of actual vitriol in any of
Yes,
it.
no, the vitriol is all fake. We like to, yeah, no, the point is
Well,
that
we'll have to
we
have you
make it
back
seem
for
real.
an actual vitriolic,
Oh,
fight
yeah.
where we
Gene
really
Starwind
get angry at
versus-
each other.
Let's do it for
Goku.
real. Let's
I'll
throw
call
down.
Goku.
Goku,
No,
actually.
oh god.
Oh my god. All right. Thank you all for watching this episode of Death Metal Cast. Next time we will be joined by Kayla Milton, the other third from the No Dumb Answers with Mark and Brad podcast, as we discuss an all-new matchup, Raven from Teen Titans versus Marceline, I believe is how you say it, from Adventure Time. It's another one that I don't know much about, so that'll be
Interesting.
interesting.
Wow.
And you know what? Speaking of Raven, Ben, Ben and I were on the Ship It Show this week with Tara Strong and Greg Sipes. So check it out. I don't know when it actually hits their VOD because we did it. The live stream was yesterday. So I imagine it'll be up on their YouTube channel soon. But go check it out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we recorded an episode of the Ship It Show with Greg Sipes on 420.
That
So,
we did.
It gets a little weird, but it's a lot of fun.
It was really a lot of fun, and they're both very sweet people. So we're happy to be on it.
They're amazing people. It's a great show. All right, you can vote for Raven versus Marceline on Twitter when that matchup hits the Death Battle Twitter later on this week. That's at Death Battle, and you can use the hashtag Death Battle Cast to let us know who you think wins and why, and then we might vote feature your answer here on Death Battle Cast next episode. Thank you so much again, Kdin. This is so much fun. We need to have you on another episode.
We
in the future
100%
as well.
are having Kdin
Absolutely.
back.
Absolutely. And if you have not seen the latest Death Battle, Heihachi versus Geese Howard just came out recently, as
So
directed by our wonderful friend here, Theo.
Dude. Liam, I haven't even had a
So-
chance because I didn't do commentary for that one. I just want to say, dude, what a fucking awesome job! Like
It was
you did.
Thank
Like,
you
such
very
a
much.
good
And-
fight. It was so
Thank you.
good.
and
I
the
loved it. I
animation
loved
and
making it.
the choice
Yeah,
to go with
oh.
like a Japanese voice actor and like,
You got
dude,
it.
that fight was so cool.
It was so
I love
good.
I loved
Way to go,
Luis's
man.
animation at the end with him melting. I was like, okay,
Oh, I
the
know.
one thing I want from this fight, I want to see the lava like pour into his
Spell check
eyes
the
and
person's
his
name.
mouth.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, okay.
We just needed a thumbs up, right? And then
I didn't
Yeah,
say the name. That's good.
and you know
Got
what?
me there.
We
You got
got to
me.
wrap, but I do want to leave with one little teaser, and that is that in this season, Kdin does voice a character in an upcoming death battle.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh! Did you just
Oh,
say
actually-
that? Did you say
But
that?
I
for
didn't
real?
say what.
Can you say who
It's
when
true.
we're off?
It's true.
Because I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, I guess you don't know. Yeah,
Oh, you
we'll
wouldn't.
talk about it.
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Thank you all for watching. As always, be kind to others, be kind to yourself, be awesome. See you next week.